part of what's happening in holy matrimony is the husband and the wife together pointing the other towards the Lord, learning how to knit and weave together your wills and your desires and your aims with the Lord. That I'm actually best doing my role as a husband when I'm helping Kate to grow in her knowledge and love of the Lord, to have her will knit with the Lord's will, to ask, actually, what's God doing in the midst of this? Whether it's a time of prosperity or a time of adversity. That she's doing the very same thing. She's fully imaging what wife is look like to say, okay, actually, what's God doing? And how are we drawing ourselves? Because marriage, just like singleness, both of those vocations, both of those roles, their aim and end is union with Christ in God. That's it. And so Jesus, when he comes to the Sadducees and he says, you guys don't seem to understand what marriage is for, and B, don't seem to understand what God is doing in the resurrection in that last day, in that last age. And so Jesus responds by saying, in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage because they cannot die anymore. That in the resurrection, it's not just a raising back to life to die again, like Lazarus experienced, but rather that in that last resurrection, it is an end to death. If you read the book of Revelation, you see that Hades itself is cast in the lake of fire, and death itself is cast in the lake of fire. That enemy that was introduced in the garden, it is put to an end. Now all experience and live unending bodily life. And so that first reason that's given, the procreation of children, raising them in the nurture and fear of the Lord. Why is marriage not needed in the resurrection? Well, procreation is given to prolong the race. Note that Adam and Eve don't start having children until after the fall. After the fall, this procreation process starts happening. They have the command from the very beginning in Genesis 1, but that after the fall, they begin to procreate. Why? Because death has entered into the world. And so the promulgation and continuing of the human race is given. But when there's no more death, there's no more need for procreation. There's no more need because death has been done away with. And note also that they are equal to the angels and are sons of God, being sons of the resurrection. That again, that second role of what's happening in marriage, both for children and for spouses, that knowledge and love of the Lord, having your wills intertwined with the will of God, that in the resurrection, there's been a shift. In that last day, the prophets talk about how the knowledge of the Lord will cover the earth in the same way that the seas are covered with water. Is there a part of the seas that don't have water in them? It's like, show me the part of the water that's not wet. Like just by definition, not a thing, right? And so what are the prophets looking ahead to? That you will no longer say, come and know the Lord, because all will know the Lord.